guys, MuleDog Gaming here with another Destiny Rise of Iron video, and today I get to break down the new ViDoc that Bungie posted during the live stream at Gamescom. Right now, I'll be showing you guys the new raid strikes and the new public event called Archons Forged, and a lot more. So let's get on into the first thing, which is the new strikes. So we got two revamped versions of old strikes that we've seen before. We've got Devil's Lair and Summoning Pits, which brings back Fulgoth and Sepix Prime, two year one strikes that we know and love back when Destiny had no DLC. I'm glad that these two strikes are coming back, but will they have strike exclusive gear? Let me know in the comments down below and share your speculation on whether or not these strikes will be having exclusive gear. Now, moving on to the new strike coming to Rise of Iron called the Wretched Eye, which takes you into an area where this Devil Splicer captain ripped out the eye of an ogre and turned him into a robot with maces for arms. And not only that, the Devil Splicer modified his weapon by adding the ogre eye to it, and now his gun fires the ogre eye blast instead of shooting like a normal shrapnel launcher. And there's another thing. Once you start fighting the Splicer, he'll unleash the Ogre and you'll have to fight two bosses at once, similar to the Shield Brothers in the Taken King. We got the Ogre, which is the more of a melee type boss, and we have the Devil Splicer shooting Ogre Eye Blasts at you as ranged attacks, similar to the Shield Brothers Valis Ma'al and Valis Tla'Ern. I'm pretty sure this strike will have some exclusive gear for you to earn, but that's just my assumption. Now moving on to the raid, which will come out 3 days after Rise of Iron launches. Now, I don't even know how we're going to get to the max light level by then, but the new raid is called Wrath of the Machine, and in the gameplay you see here, we get to see the potential final boss of the raid, or maybe just a side boss that we have to face, and then you fight the final boss, or maybe another boss. But this one, which may be the final boss, and it is a Death Zamboni, and all you have to do is run from it while fighting off Devil Splicers blocking your path to safety. There might be some obstacles you may face during the run, like falling structures, blocking a clear path, or something similar to that, but again, that's just my assumption. Next thing we got here is the new Archons Forged public event, similar to Court of Oryx in the Dreadnought in the Taken King. So, all you gotta do is start it by walking into the area, and all the exits out of the arena will be blocked by Siva wires, and you'll have to fight off waves of enemies with the new Fire Axe relic and fight a boss at the end. And if time runs out and you don't kill the boss in time, you will fail the event and you'll have to try a bit later after doing it for the first time. Next off here, we have here our new armor, weapons, and a new way to customize your armor and weapons, which are called ornaments. So in the gameplay here, we get a glimpse of new armor pieces and new weapons from many different sources like Trials of Osiris, Iron Banner, and Wrath of the Machine. We also get a glimpse of the new stuff that this Guardian has in his inventory. So taking a closer look, we have the Titan here wearing the new Trials of Osiris armor, you know, all big and bulky and whatnot. And he also has Monte Carlo and two new Iron Banner weapons, the special weapon, which is a fusion rifle, and a heavy weapon, which is the rocket launcher. Now, I remember the rocket launcher's name from somewhere. I don't really know exactly where I got it from, but I know the name of it from the tip of my tongue. But, anyways, moving on, I'll go more in detail of all the weapons and armor in a separate video. Now, moving on, we also get a look at a new Ghost Shell, which is from New Monarchy, and it looks amazing. Now, there may be a future War Cult and Dead Orbit Ghost. I'm not really too sure. I'm pretty sure there will be, since there's a New Monarchy Ghost, so it wouldn't make much sense if there wasn't a new Dead Orbit and new future War Cult Ghost. But another thing we get to see here is that the Monte Carlo that the Titan is holding is a different color. Now, I'll go over this in a second, but this is actually the new way to customize your weapons and armor called ornaments. Now, we get to see the new ornaments in action, and description either reads, applies an ornament to this piece of armor, or applies an ornament to this weapon. Now, the looks on the ornaments depend on which weapon you have, what piece of armor you have, and what class you are. For example, the Trials of Osiris armor for the Titan has pink ornaments that really stands out to the rest of the armor pieces, while Monte Carlo has either a black and red skin or a gold skin. Now, the Hawk Moon gets an ornament that gives it a blood red tip along with a silver body, or a black and gold skin. I don't know if these are the only ornaments you can put on these weapons and pieces of armor, but we'll have to see once Rise of Iron comes out. Now, here we see a pulse rifle, which vaguely resembles the Sleeper Simulant, only smaller and a red color. Could this be a strike exclusive weapon in the legendary weapon or legendary version of the Sleeper Simulant? Because in the Taken King, many exotic weapons now have legendary counterparts like Red Spectre, Aes Luna, etc, etc. So we may see new legendary weapons that are the legendary counterparts to exotic weapons. Now, moving on to a glimpse of a new exotic machine gun called Nemesis Star. Its description reads, "What is the answer when the question is extinction?" So on the perks, we see a new one, which appears to be a rangefinder-like perk, but in the middle of it, we see a huge N on it. This machine gun is part of a new foundry called Nadir. We don't really know much of this foundry, and many people speculate that the gunsmith Banshee back in the tower will be selling more weapons that belong in the Nadir foundry along with the other foundries introduced in Taken King. The Nemesis Star also has 2 ornaments, a red skin and a silver skin. We also get a glimpse of the new raid armor and 3 new weapons, an exotic hand cannon, a legendary new monarchy sidearm, and an exotic sidearm which fires in bursts similar to the Dreg's Promise. Now moving on to the new Crucible game mode called Supremacy. It's a new mode in Rise of Iron, and the goal is to collect crests from killed enemies and friendlies to gain points for your team. Pretty simple, and it's kind of like Destiny's take on Kill Confirmed from Call of Duty. Now moving on to the new Crucible maps called Last Exit on Venus, Skyline on Mars, Floating Gardens in the Black Garden, obviously, which looks really cool. And last but not least, we have private matches. Now many people have been dying to see the day this was added in Destiny. Now it is. So in the Crucible section of the directory, you'll see that the location of the private matches is in between the other game modes that you see. And now you can either be alone and enjoy the scenery of the new maps, or maybe even old maps, or play against your friends and practice for Trials of Osiris or whatnot. Now, I think that's it for this trailer, and I will make a separate video covering the new weapons and armor that we know so far in Rise of Iron. So there's lots of images on the internet, lots of gameplay of some of the new weapons and armor that are in Rise of Iron, but that's only some of the weapons and armor that will be in Rise of Iron. So now if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and share the video. And if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you later with more Rise of Iron videos to come.